What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video, and we will talk about Conor Coady because according to some newspapers, Liverpool are willing to sign the former Liverpool Academy graduate who is a scouser, and even Mark Lawrenson, a Sky Sports pundit, thinks that Conor Coady would be a ready-made replacement for Virgil van Dijk. So let me know guys, do you think that is a good idea? Do you think Conor Coady would be good enough to play for Liverpool? And I guess his price would be between 20 to 30 million pounds. I don't think it would be any higher than that, but maybe Wolves want a premium for Conor Coady, who is actually a leader, a captain, exactly the kind of player that Liverpool need in the absence of Virgil van Dijk, because at the moment we don't have a leader at the back. Fabinho tries to be that, but I don't think he's natural and his leadership skills are not as good as Conor Coady. And Conor Coady is a very solid defender, very solid centre-back. He actually came through the championship with Wolves and now he is proving to be proper Premier League quality. And yes, we have Reece Williams and Nathaniel Phillips who Liverpool relied on, and they have done a pretty amazing job so far considering that they are rookies at this level. But do we expect them to carry Liverpool week in, week out in the Premier League when we will be facing teams like Manchester City, Atalanta, for example, just the two games mentioning coming up? I don't think long term we can rely on them, and I think Conor Coady would be the perfect signing for Liverpool in the January transfer market because he's still pretty young and also he doesn't need to get used to playing in the Premier League. He's already Premier League proven. And Lawrenson, the pundit who won 5 league titles and the Champions League with Liverpool, thinks that Conor Coady has enough Premier League experience to fill in for Van Dijk, having seen him prove himself at Wolves over the past few seasons. This is what Lawrenson said. I would think Virgil van Dijk will be out for the season. I think it's a write-off because you've got to get match fit, and that's almost impossible nowadays because they don't play reserve team football. If Liverpool are going to pay big money for somebody in January, they want already a ready-made replacement for Van Dijk. Conor Coady has had loads of shouts and he's a very good organizer who has played lots of games in the Premier League. And Ben White also has been very strongly linked with Liverpool, the Brighton defender. He has just begun his first full season in the Premier League. And Lawrenson is not sure whether White is ready to make the jump to a club of Liverpool's stature just yet. But he can also imagine Jurgen Klopp working his magic with the 23-year-old. And in the future, who knows, maybe he could be signed by Liverpool. Maybe it might be a bit early for Ben White, Lawrenson said. Would you spend that money thinking he might be ready in 18 months? I'm not sure. But the great thing for the lad is he's going to have a fabulous future. It wouldn't surprise me if 18 months or 2 years down the line he goes somewhere big. Whether it is Liverpool, that remains to be seen. But one thing with Jurgen Klopp is he doesn't give a damn about how good you are. It's if you are good enough, you are old enough, according to Jurgen Klopp and according to many managers. And I think Jurgen Klopp can coach whoever comes in January and improve them because that's what he has done. And I wouldn't put past even Reece Williams or Nathaniel Phillips to become a regular in the Liverpool team because they are both pretty good, pretty decent defenders. Liverpool should be cautious with this Conor Coady decision because remember that Conor Coady is the captain of Wolves. He's 27 years old, but he has been playing in a back three for now 3 years, maybe even more. So to get him out of that environment where he's one of the first teams, one of the first names on the team sheet at Wolves, he's one of their most important players, and to get him out of there and chuck him into the Liverpool team in a back two in terms of centre-backs, I'm not sure it's the wisest of decisions because Conor Coady, how much would he play when Van Dijk is back into the team? And would it be good for Conor Coady's career when he is 28, 29 to sit on the Liverpool bench instead of playing every week at Wolves? But also Conor Coady, I think he would jump at the chance to join his boyhood club Liverpool because he's still a Liverpool fan, in my opinion. He's a Scouser. So it's a very, very interesting scenario, very interesting decision for Liverpool to make in the January transfer window. Which centre-back do we go for? That's what everybody wants to know. And I want to also talk about this issue that the UK government issued a lockdown from next Thursday. I'm not really sure why they did that, but the Prime Minister said, I can say yes to the Premier League, I think, with authority. The changes mean people should work from home where possible, but where this is not possible, travel to a workplace will be permitted. And also elite sports played behind closed doors will be permitted. So probably up until League 2, every league can continue, which is crucial. But what happens with the non-league football? What happens with semi-professional football? The FA acknowledged that it was still unclear how the lockdown would affect non-elite football. We acknowledge, the FA said, the government's announcement today regarding COVID-19 restrictions and are awaiting further information because we can confirm how this may affect non-elite football across England. We will communicate any necessary updates in due course. And Jurgen Klopp also said that he was very pleased that football can continue in England, at least at the professional level. It's obviously what we want. We proved that we can go on and keep the bubble kind of safe. Yes, we have cases, everybody does, but we can isolate these cases pretty quickly. Things never happen at the training ground. They happen with traveling national teams, new players into the club, things like that. We proved that we can do it, and in a lockdown I think it's important that the people can do things they like to do, and watching football is obviously something they like to do. I'm obviously happy we can continue. And Jurgen Klopp said this about Diogo Jota and Shaqiri's contribution. Obviously they were very good. It is not difficult to bring Jota and Shaqiri on in the moment because they train in an exceptional shape, so it makes absolute sense that they get their minutes. Yes, Diogo is in a good moment, he's a good player, we are really happy that we could make that signing. So it is a proper win-win situation. I think we can help him and he can help us a lot. Yes, a very good night. And he even said that Diogo Jota is better than he expected, and so far so good. Jota scoring 3 home games in a row is absolutely terrific. And this is what Klopp said on Nathaniel Phillips' Premier League debut. If you know the story behind and all that stuff, it makes it even more incredible. I'm really pleased for him. He deserves it more than anybody. He's a great guy, a smart guy, knows exactly everything about himself as a footballer. He kept it really simple tonight, which was incredibly important for us. The boys supported him well and he supported the boys. He was vocal, he spoke on the pitch. In the challenges he was there, really aggressive, but no fouls really, maybe one. It was a really good game and he deserves the Man of the Match award, especially when you know that Jamie Carragher gave him the award. He can understand what he felt tonight. The mentality of Jurgen Klopp's players is incredible, and Klopp said this: to believe in a thing doesn't mean it happens all the time. It doesn't happen all the time. That's how it all started with our success, if you want. The basis for all what we do and did is the character of this group. That's how it is. I cannot convince them to fight if they are not fighters. That's not possible. And if they are not ready to put all the desire in the game and show all the determination, I cannot do that. I can find reasons why they should do it, but I cannot convince them. So it was always easy with this team to show them the right path and then that they follow it. But again, it's an incredibly difficult time. In the outside world, 100%, and for the boys as well, it's really demanding. The number of games we have to play and all that stuff, and that's why, and I spoke before the game to David Moyes about it, about the 5 subs and things like this. It should still be incredibly important if we could do that, permit 5 substitutions in the Premier League, because you can only fight when your body is ready. I mean, they don't have to be in the best possible shape, like 4 weeks off, a few sessions here and there, and now let's play football. We are ready to play even every 3 or 4 days, but we need to find a way to help the boys and to keep the quality. It's not about us. It would have helped West Ham tonight as well in a game that was really demanding for them as well if they could have had 2 more subs in the game. It doesn't help a team, it helps the players, and that's why we were talking about that. Absolutely brilliant by Jurgen Klopp. I fully agree. The Premier League should bring back the 5 substitutions rule to make it easier for the players and to avoid more injuries, because I mean, Liverpool is the perfect case, so we just get too many injuries. Thanks for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.